is genetics notes number 2, which we are covering complex inheritance patterns. Last week we talked about simple genetics with simple dominant recessive traits. Today we're going to talk about some exceptions to Mendel's principles. The first one is going to be the idea of non-disjunction. In non-disjunction, it occurs when chromosomes don't separate properly during the process of meiosis. This forms syndromes like Down syndrome. We call these trisomies when you have 3 copies of a chromosome. In our diagram, we can see that here we have chromosomes lined up during metaphase. As they go into anaphase, these 2 are going to be pulled onto the wrong side. So as it keeps going through the process of meiosis, where instead of having this cell here should be haploid, it's going to have 2 of a chromosome. So when this cell goes to fertilization, it's going to bring 2 chromosomes plus the one from the other cell that's going through fertilization with it, either egg or a sperm cell. And so it's going to have 3 copies of that chromosome. That forms a trisomy. Some cause diseases like Down syndrome. Some can be lethal. Here's what Down syndrome looks like if you're looking at the chromosomes. So notice there's pairs of every chromosome except for number 21, where we have trisomy. We have 3 of that chromosome. Other complex inheritance patterns, we can have multiple alleles. With multiple alleles, there's more than 2 alleles for a given genetic trait. You can only have 2 alleles, one from your mom, one from your dad, but there might be more forms out there. A good example is blood types. For blood types, we have type A, type B, type AB, and type O. To look at how these form, we'll look at our next slide. So we have our alleles A, B, AB, and O. For AA or AO, we have the blood type type A. For the combination of the genotypes of BB and BO, we have blood type B. And for AB, our genotype and phenotype are the same, AB. For type O, our genotype will be OO, and our phenotype is just type O. By looking at this information, we can kind of see the pattern using what we know about dominance and recessiveness. And we know that A and B are both dominant over O, and O is recessive. We see AB together, which is codominant, and we'll talk about that as we go through our slides. So A and B are dominant, and O is recessive to both. We have a problem here showing that 2 babies are mixed up in the hospital right after their birth, and doctors will attempt to use blood types to prove which baby goes to which parent. I'm not going to work that problem out right here. Please check on my YouTube channel for the blood type sample problem, which I posted later this week. Just a quick little look at the different blood types. They have little different properties that look a little different, which explains why you have certain types when you're donating or giving blood. Another type of complex inheritance pattern is sex-linked disorders. Sex-linked traits involve genes that are on our sex chromosomes, our X and Y chromosomes. Remember from last unit that females are XX and males are XY. The Y chromosome is smaller than the X chromosome, and it has fewer genes on it. Since males have only one X, if a recessive gene is present on the X chromosome, it's always expressed. We always see it. The reason why is because they only have one X. There's not another gene, another chromosome to cover that trait. For females, they have 2 X chromosomes. So if it's on one, the other one might have the dominant form, and they may not show the trait. For boys, they only have one X chromosome, so whichever form, dominant or recessive, is on it is what they will show. the Y chromosome lacks certain genes. An example of that is red-green color blindness. So in red-green color blindness is carried on our X chromosome, and so we use the letter X to show normal vision, and then X, the little 1 at the top, a little superscript, that's called an X prime. X prime shows that they are colorblind. So if we have a problem where a woman who's X prime, meaning she's a carrier of color blindness, but since she's a female and has a normal trait, she is not colorblind. She's married and has a husband who is XY. He's a normal male, trying to see what their children would be like. So again, we put moms across the top, X on one side, X prime on the other. Dad goes down the side, so there's our X and our Y. The top left box, we have a normal daughter who's just XX. The top right box, we have a daughter who's like mom. She's a carrier, XX prime. The bottom left box, we have a normal son, XY. And the bottom right box, we have a son who's colorblind. He's XY, X prime Y. He has the trait. There's not another X to keep him safe. In our population, about 5 to 9% of males are colorblind. To see if you're colorblind, we have this little slide. And here you can see we have some dots. In the middle, you should see the number 7 in dots. And it should be green. If that 7 looks blue to you, you may be colorblind. Our last two forms, we have incomplete dominance and we'll get codominance. Incomplete dominance, we have blending. We're going to have the blending of alleles due to the fact that one gene cannot dominate over the opposing gene. They're going to both kind of fight it out. They're at a stalemate. So here with snapdragons, we have red flowers and white flowers. So if I cross them, I'm going to get pink. It's incomplete dominance. Here's another sample question for you. So if we have two heterozygous pink flowers are crossed, and it tells us that their genotypes are big R, big W, but big R, W, we need to figure out what they have. We also have a key that shows that big R equals red, big W is white, and RW is pink. So here we fill in, we'll see one goes across the top, R, W, one goes on the side, there's our R and W. Our top left box will be R, R. Our top right would be R, W. Our bottom left would be R, W. And our bottom right would be white, W, W, are our genotypes. Our percent of red, with one box that's red, 25%. Our percent of pink, this one and this one are both RW. Our key tells us they're pink. So 50% pink is 2 out of 4. And then again, 25% white, only one box is white. Our last type of complex inheritance is codominance. In codominance, we have the equal expression of both alleles due to the fact that one gene does not mask its opposite gene. So, example, in cows and horses, you have a roan coat. A roan coat shows both white and red color hair. In humans, we have wavy hair, which shows both alleles of curly and straight. So in codominance, we're going to see both alleles. It's not going to blend. We will see both. My favorite example is a checkered chicken. The checkered chicken will have both white and black feathers. Cool. If you still have questions on this lecture, please talk to me. And again, I'll be posting more practice problems showing each type of inheritance as the week goes on. Thank you for watching.